the first match preview live on the channel. Really, it's the first time I've ever went live and done this, so bear with us, because normally I edit this shit out, but now I cannot edit it out. Right, I've got a few things I want to talk about. Obviously the Blackpool game, obviously Elliot Embleton, the news that Sanderson's injured. Just really, there's a lot of things happening at the club at the minute, so I'll quickly get on about that. Also, shout out to me members of the channel near the end. Comment below now your score prediction, and I will mention you in the next video if you get it right. It'll be the next match preview, just to clarify. Blackpool in the last game, they drew 0-0 with Accrington Stanley. They were very lucky in that game. They got a penalty near the end, Accrington, and they should have beat Blackpool, but just didn't happen. Also, in the game before that, they drew 2-2 with Lincoln, and the game before that, they also beat Gillingham 4-1, and guess who scored? Elliot Embleton. So that max taxes on to Elliot Embleton. He did score against them in the 4-1 victory against Gillingham, but I was talking to a Blackpool supporter, right, on me last video in the comments, and he was saying Elliot Embleton's been massive for Blackpool this season. Since he went from Sunderland on loan to them, he's been massive. Also, you kind of forget that they've got Ethan Robinson and all. He was at Sunderland from 2004 to 2020, and he's been good for them as well. I'm going to give you me ones to watch for Blackpool. I didn't really want to do this, right, because in the last game I said the 2-1 to watchers will score, and they did. I was absolutely gutted that we didn't win, but ones to watch for me is a lad called Yates, and also Sims. He's on loan from Everton. He's also been in 2017 he was at Man City as well. Blackpool in 5th. They have played 39 games and they're currently on 65 points, so you know they've got every chance of just keep pushing and pushing, and I think they'll get the playoffs, you know what I mean. In my opinion, Hull, they've got Fleetwood in the next game, and also Peterborough have got, who was it again? Northampton, and they're both at home, so they'll probably come through, you know what I mean. They'll probably come through that, and I just, I think it's the playoffs for us again. Massive injury blow was Sanderson, but a lot of Sunderland supporters are forgetting Bailey Wright came in because McLaughlin got injured, so McLaughlin's out injured as well. So there's two big key players for us, especially at the back, who's out injured. I'm absolutely gutted that it's ended up the way it has, with 2 defeats in Charlton and Wigan. But what can you do? What can you say? You just got to move on from that. And anyway, I'm optimistic. Well, I'm not, but because I know Sunderland build you up to let you down, but I'm going to go for my score prediction. I'll probably say, do you know what? It depends, the lineup. I'll give you me lineup, but anyway, this is what I think he'll go for. It's not what I want, but I think this is what he'll go for. I think he'll go, I've got it written down here. Burge, Power, Max Power right back, Wright 09. A lot of people saying that he's going to bring Oliver Younger in. I didn't think he's going to do it. I really did. I didn't think he trusts the lad. So I think he's just going to put the 09 still at centre back with Wright, and then Denver Hume at left back. I would go like a 4-3-3 sort of, but we're Ledbetter just sitting just behind the defence. Ledbetter, Winchester, and this is what he's going to go for, Scowen, but I would put Maguire in. I know people say he doesn't play as a centre mid, but I'd like to see him just a little bit of a free roaming role in the midfield, like, you know, just drift behind Charlie Wyke, and then obviously come back to the centre mid spot and just drift around in the midfield, a bit like what McGeady done in the last game. Then I would put McGeady on the left, Steer on the left, Dinnigan on the right, and have Jones on the left like he did before, or McGeady drifting, because chopping and changing's not working. I would have McGeady on the left, Charlie Wyke up top, and then Jordan Jones on the right. And just before I get on to anything else, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, lads. It'd be much appreciated. And glasses in anyway. And that's the lineup. I got obviously Charlie Wyke up top and all. That's what I'd gone for, but I think he's going to put Scowen in, Maguire. Right, I want to quickly go on to the chat because a lot of people have been commenting. I didn't want to be rude. I'll just quickly get it up. I've got it up here as well, so I'll just pause it. Hey, away lads and lasses, smash the like button. I'm just going to quickly go back. Chasey lads in the chat, he says, alright mate. Clayton Edwards, alright mate. Outrage as well. Adam Younger, quickly gone up. Chasey lad says 1-1. He thinks we're going to draw 1-1. A few people have said that will draw 1-1. Let's go it further down. Kyle McNee says 2-0 to Sunderland. Hope, fingers crossed. Michael Hunt is not that optimistic. He's gone for Blackpool 2-0. That's, do you know what? It's going to be one of the hardest games of the season because a lot of Sunderland supporters are nervy of Blackpool. Not just Sunderland supporters, League One supporters in general in the top 6. So I can see a lot of. It's going to be a fucking hard game, basically. Pardon me, language. If you want to, Clayton Edwards says 3-2 win. That would be a very good game if it's ended like they score, we score, they score, we score. That'd be a good game. Knightsley says 2-0 to the lads. Believe it's going to be a hard game. Daniel Fenwick says, I'm normally 100% positive, but I can see us losing 2-0 to Blackpool. I think on social media and on YouTube, that's basically what the majority of fans are like at the minute. They think, we're going to get beat, really. Blackpool are a good side, hard team to beat. Obviously, Elliot Emble's not going to be playing, but he's been playing on the right-hand side. He's obviously not going to be playing in... sorry about that. He's obviously not going to be playing because he can't play against his parent club, but I can see us getting beat like, hey, quickly going down. Remember the swear box, DJ Sizzle Watson. Mate, you know what? I didn't give a shit anymore. I'm just going to be me. I've been holding my tongue a lot. His camera needs to come down a touch. I've been holding my tongue a lot and not swearing, but now I just didn't give a shite. Mike Hunt says, I can't see anything else, mate. If we aren't up for it against Wigan, Blackpool will tear us apart. Do you know what, mate? I knew... Do you know what? Somebody lets us know things on Twitter, right? And he let us know that Sanderson was injured before anybody else was putting it on Twitter. And he says that he's been playing for the past couple of games with a bad back. So, do you know what? If he's been playing with a bad back, you can excuse his poor performance against Wigan. Because, in my opinion, I thought Sanderson had a proper shite game against them. I really did. I thought it was the worst performance he's done in a Sunderland shirt. But obviously he's still a really good player and he's immense, and that explains why he was being shit, because of the injured back. Thean says Blackpool won, Sunderland won. I hate being negative, but if we can't beat Wigan, what chances have we got against Blackpool? You're right, mate. What chances have we got against the team who is flying at the minute? They've only played 39 games. They've got 65 points. So, you know, they're not far off us already. They've caught up. They've caught up. Do you know what? They did have a lot of games in hand, but like I say, they're a strong team. That Yates, we've got to keep him quiet. And do you know what? I think Sims is going to be a good player. I know we'd have to keep an eye on. He's on loan from Everton, like I said before. And if we did it to keep him quiet, it's one of them. I'm going to quickly change this on the thumbnail. But I'd like to give a massive shout out to Frank Mutimer, Ken Nekic, Frank Mutimer, Benoe and Micheal Fish. The absolute legends who are starting to support my channel. I want a green screen behind us so I can be like that fucking, what's his name, that Mark Goldberg. Know what I mean? He's set up bang on. I love it. And have you seen, I don't know if you have seen it, everyone, do you know how Jamie Vardy look like? He does his own YouTube channel now, right? And where is it? He's got a green screen and that, and his setup looks bang on. You know what I mean? Where you can see, I'm in the band's bedroom, you know, and you can see all the bed and that, and it just doesn't look professional. So that's the shout out for them who's helping us out, really, supporting the channel. I'm quickly going back on the live because I'm miles behind now. Right, I'll just get back on the chat and I'll see what people's been saying, give you a couple of shout outs. Football fan, do you reckon White will score? The only way he's scoring is with his head. I know he scored against Wigan with his foot. And I said that in my match preview and he just managed to look stupid. But I did see on Twitter, I want to see Charlie White score a screamer from 20 yards out. I know it was a bit of a tap in, like, but he scored nonetheless with his foot, so I was happy. Remember you can, if you know your mates' YouTube channel name, you can at them in the comments and at them so they can come onto the live. But I need to get the subscribers up. I'm trying to get 2,000 by the end of, I don't know if I said the end of the year or the end of the season. There's no chance I'm going to do it by the end of the season. But I don't know. Just whatever. DJ Sizzle Watson, ask Wee Philly, shout your background. Ask Wee Philly about your background, sorry. Mate, I know how to do it. I know everything. I've learnt everything I know now myself. I've learnt myself and I know exactly what to do. I just need the funds to put it up. Because I just, do you know, I'm starting to put money away to one side now for away games because I want to get into as many away games as I possibly can. So, you know, it's not that easy just twisting our lasses arm and saying, oh well, we're going to away matches this weekend during the week, this weekend during the week. She'll just tell us to piss off. So I've got to start putting a few pennies away. That easy get it up. Right, I'm going to go back on the chat. Keisha Cameron Jude says, good evening, Gilesy. Alright. Good evening to you and all. What do you think the score's going to be anyway? Comment, did you score? You might get it right and I'll mention you in the next video. Pardon me. Dormat99. Love that name, you know. That's what I am, Dormat. Nah, man, I'm joking. I've noticed the manager never keeps the same team. He doesn't. That's what winds me up and all. I'll read your comment. So I've got a bad feeling that we might put 3 at the back. Oh, I hope not. I hope you're wrong. If that happens, we'll get tortured. You're right. I hope he doesn't put 3 at the back. Can you remember what got all the Sunderland supporters wound up? And it was Phil Parkinson. Can you remember his lineup when he had like the 3 centre-halves and the 2 wing-backs? Can you remember when he done that and we were all fuming for ages? Why is Johnson now doing that? Can you remember when we were all fuming about McGeady getting kicked out the team? Why is he doing that with Maguire? It's crazy. It's crazy. Obviously, I didn't know what's going on behind the doors and that, but Sunderland updates. Thoughts on Sandson's injury? It's a really big blow, but apparently he's been injured, like playing with a slight injury in his back. So that might have been, you know, the catalyst to what's happened. But pardon me, McLaughlin's injured and all, isn't he? That's why Bailey Wright come in the last game. So what were you going to dig at the back? But if you've just joined the live, I've went for Power at right back, at Bailey Wright 09 at centre half. I'd kind of see him bringing in Oliver Younger. I don't think he trusts the youth. As Dan Neil's nowhere near the team anymore. He's not even on the bench anymore. And then Denver Hume at left back. I know I'm going Hume at left back, but something's telling us about, like, no, in the last game and against the game against Peterborough, McFadzean probably had his best game for Sunderland, and I don't know. Hume, when the ball got played across the box, where was he? He was nowhere. He should have been on the back post, or even, I know it went just behind the back post, but he wasn't there. He wasn't there to clear his if he was standing where he's, well, I don't know. It depends who was picking up. Pardon me, I'm getting a tickly cough. And anyway, I've gone Hume. I don't think he's going to put in Younger. Don't think he is. Very, gives a quick back on the chat. Any questions you have, just put them in the chat and I'll read them out. I'll go back a bit. The Mad Moderator says, Dion Sanson, gone, we have no defence. Mate, we haven't had a defence for a while. If you think Sanderson only got into the team because of the injury to Bailey, right? Jordan Willis. So we haven't had a proper starting 11, right? Starting back 4 for a very, very long time, because Jordan Willis would have had that spot, and then Bailey Wright, obviously he's had an injury. So then we had to put 09 to centre back. It's literally, we've just had to juggle the defence. Max Power dropping the right back. McFad's in, then Vaughan's come in, then down for Hume. We're just chopping and changing all over the shop. In the midfield, you've got Scowen coming in, then you've got Winchester, then you've got Ledbetter, then he's mixing them around. Then you've got Gooch coming in for Jones. He literally doesn't know his starting lineup. The only 3 players he knows 100% is the goalkeeper. I haven't got COVID, right? I've done a test. I haven't got it. COVID. Charlie Wyke, McGeady and Burge. Them are the only ones he knows who cement down a spot in the team. Jump back on the chat because there's been loads come through there. Just gone back a bit. Thane says it's a 12:30 kick-off for anybody who has forgot or doesn't know. It's a 12:30 kick-off. I was watching his video the other day and he reminded us, so cheers mate if you're still watching anyway. Let's come back down. Tom Wallace has just joined us. Alright Tom mate, and you've commented a few times. I pause the comment so I can read your comment out. So it flashes up, get quick. We went on that massive unbeaten run with a makeshift defence. He has done exactly the same at Bristol City. Now you gone, that's what I'm saying. People saying that, do you know, I am partially saying it as well because he's a big player for us. But we've went so well on a makeshift defence. And we've got a makeshift defence in now, so why can we not get on another run? But people did see it after the Charlton game that we would get on that run, and we didn't. We got beat the very next game. That's the only worrying thing for me. Mini Robot Wars are where the lads score prediction 2-0 to Sunderland. I hope you're right, but I cannot see it happening. I'd take a point. No, do you know what? We can't afford to take a point. We need to win it. We have to win it. Hull have got Fleetwood. Peterborough have got Northampton, and they're both at home, so I cannot see them dropping any points. So we've got to win. Simple as that. We've got to win. It's just a shame. It's such a shame because the 2 games where I thought, do you know what? I wrote the games down on a bit of paper before the Charlton game, and I went win, attack a point at Blackpool. I'd probably tack another draw at Blackpool, beat Hull, and so on, win. And I thought, that should put us into second. I couldn't say Peterborough dropping many points. Peterborough win it, us second, happy days. Where the 2 games where we should have won, we haven't. And now it's just, we're trying to catch up now, and I cannot say Hull dropping points now in anywhere. Looking at our defence, the injury to Sanderson, fuck. Right, I'll jump back on the chat. I think somebody just said there, do you get stayed? Do you think we'll get promoted? It depends who we'll get really. It's one of them. It's just one of them. Dependent. It's dependent on. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't even want to answer it. I'm just saying dependent. So I can avoid the subject. But I don't know. I didn't want to say aye and I didn't want to say no. But what if you listen? If you get off results, what recent results? No, nah. You cannot. You cannot say we didn't look the strongest team in the top 6. But for me, do you know what? I was talking to a Blackpool supporter on my channel, and I've just mentioned it. But he was saying that Elliot Embleton's been a massive player for them. He scored against Gillingham when they beat them 4-1, and if we go and beat them in the 2 games in the league, and then just say we demark the playoffs, it's got to be some sort of psychological advantage if we do come up against Blackpool again. Obviously Embleton will not be playing, so you didn't know, do you? Imagine if we can get Blackpool in the final and Embleton's not playing. I know the team's just not one player, but the way this man was going on when he was talking to us, he was saying he's been absolutely immense for them. So if he's not in that team and then we've already got this psychological advantage, then you never know. I'm clutching at straws. But that's what Sunderland supporters do. Right, I'll quickly go back on the chat. Where up there? Keisha Cameron Joe says we need to wait and see what the score will be tomorrow as Peterborough are playing on the telly. Who are they playing tomorrow like? Are they playing Northampton? Are they playing Friday? No. Wait, what day is it, dear? Thursday, Friday. I thought they were playing Saturday. I thought Peterborough were playing Saturday. I'll tell you what, I'll quickly have a look. Standings. I've got flash scores up on my fixtures. The 16th, you're right. Sorry, Acacia, you're right. The 16th. So I should have wrote that down. I'm just thinking shite. Peterborough are playing Northampton on Friday. Acacia got it right there. And then the rest of us play Saturday. And then the next games after that is the 20th. Hull are playing Sunderland. So after the Blackpool game, we've got Hull straight away, and we're playing away as well. I'm fucking sick of paying for these streams, and anyway, they've cost us an absolute living fortune in the past week. Then we've got Peterborough. Peterborough have got Gillingham. That's not going to be a hard game, because you know what Gillingham are like. They like the long throws, direct long balls, and the cause team problems. So that'll be a hard game for them. The next games after that are Peterborough have got to take on Charlton, and I hope Charlton can do us a favour. They like playing at home, and Hull have got Lincoln away. Them could be key games for Sunderland. We have to win all our games, right? And we'll have to beat Hull. Then we've got to hope somebody else beats Hull as well. I know that's a big ask, but it can happen. It can happen. Look, we were flying. We were an informed team. Boom, 2 defeats in a row. So it can happen. And after that, I'll tell you who they've got. Peterborough have got Doncaster. They've just dropped right away. They're in 10th now. Doncaster, fuck knows what's happening to them. Hull have... Where's Hull? Wigan at home. Should win that. Then after that, Hull have got Charlton away. Now that's going to be a good game for us. If Charlton can come through and do us a favour and beat Hull and Peterborough, that's good for us. Peterborough have Doncaster away again. So they've got Doncaster at home, then they've got Doncaster away on the final game of the season. Right, I'll quickly flick back onto where I was. I'll go back on the chat, have a little crack on, see what people are saying. Football fan says we're playing Friday. And I've just clicked on about that. Norman Wheatley says, Wheatley. Let us get us read. I'm too eager to read the comment. I'm mispronouncing your name. He says Blackpool will get 6 points from the Mackhams. I hope you're wrong. Twitch Samurai, if I've said it right, said you could have watched the SCFC Lover on Twitch, mate. You can get the games for free. Oh, I didn't even know that. I've got Twitch as well. I'll have to do that. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. What's he called? I'll take note of that. SCFC Lover on Twitch. Right. Thanks for that, mate. I'll keep an eye on that. Bushcraft Marco. 1 point from these 2 games. It's one of them, on it. You didn't know. Could be. You could be right. You could be wrong. I didn't. Do you know what? Honestly, Blackpool. I'd take a point. I just hope we didn't lose. No, actually, I wouldn't take a point. We've got to win it. I don't know what I keep saying that for. We have to win. Do I think we'll win? That's a different question. Probably not. Just back on the chat again. Keisha Cameron Joe says that's why they have stopped winning games as he's at Sheffield Wednesday. Now at Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, yeah. SCFC for life. Just subscribe, Paul. Can you give us a shout out, mate? Are you going live when the Blackpool match is on? I probably will. I think I will, because I need to get my subscribers up. And you know what? Me just digging videos isn't working. I'm getting the views. Like, the views are class. I'm 2,000, 1,400, 1,700. The views are bang on for me videos. One of my match previews, I think, got about 4,500 views. But I'm like, well, what the fuck are you not subscribing for? You know what I mean? Just press the red button and happy days. Turn that shit grey. But anyway, I'm not bothered. So I think I might go live just to get the subscribers up. Because try to get 2K and all that carry on. I'm not, you know what, I'm not even going to say a goal. Because for me, a YouTube channel's only big if it's like, what I'm going to say, 100k, million, something like that. YouTube channels like mine, like 5k, 10k, 20, 30, they're not get bigger. They're like, the majority of YouTubers, they've all got them subscribers, and anyway, it's just about, I think it's just about the grind and that, and just keep digging it and digging it and digging it. And if you go live, obviously more people get to see it. The next season, I'm going to start digging other games and other footy as well, like score predictions on Premier League games. I know if you didn't want to watch it, it's not Sunderland related. You didn't have to, but it just pulls other subscribers in. You know what I mean? You've got to know what you're digging. That's the way other big, like small YouTubers have blew up and went massive. So that's what I'll be digging. Just a little taster from what I'm going to be digging on the next season. DJ Sizzle Watson says, look what happened when Gus was in charge. Miracles can happen, 100%, mate. When Gus Poirier was in charge, mate, that miracle, it seemed more than just a miracle, you know what I mean? Well, this is just like a little miracle. I can't dissect that any more clearer than that. When it's not as big as a escape than what Gus Poirier was. That was fucking insane what he done. So you're right, miracles they happen. Hey, I put that video on my YouTube channel. I got took off straight away. Copyrighting that. I didn't put adverts on it and out. I just put it up. Copyrighted, took it straight off. I thought, alright. Fuck yes. Tom Wallace. It seems to be ever since that 60 million was mentioned, the players are thinking that they won't be playing next season. Oh, who said that? Somebody said this on Twitter, right? They went, some of the players have slacked off because they didn't want to get promoted because they know they're going to get sold and they're not going to be on big money like they are at Sunderland. Do you know what? I hope to fucking God that's wrong, because imagine if that's right. Imagine if the players are not putting 100% in because they know if we're going to the Championship, they're going to get sent back down to League One and they're not going to be on as big money as they are at Sunderland. Oh, I didn't want to believe that, mate. I didn't want to believe that, but I did say that on Twitter and it was getting a load of shares and likes. Back on here. They support your band. They reckon your band is a turn supporter. I don't know. Norman, I don't know who you're talking about saying my band's a turn. Someone's band is a turn supporter. You'll have to let us know who you're talking about. The bloke called Mark Felton has 1.5 million subscribers. Mini Robot Wars UK, cannot wait for the live stream of the Blackpool match. I will tune in, Paul, mate. Cheers, thanks very much, mate. Appreciate it. Do you know what? I appreciate it. I went live the other day after the game. Do you know, I just went down the stadium, and there was a few watching us down there, like about 40 odd, and I was over the moon with that. But when I done the Wembley one, there was literally about 200 odd people. Man, I got a proper shock. Because my channel only had just over 1,000, I think, then, so it was a surprise. Sid, same pal, nice one, cheers mate. Sid, I called you Sid there. Stid, oh that's right. So what we're going for everyone then, what's the score predictions? Do you think, realistically, he's going to win? I know a lot of people early on saying 2-1 to us, and realistically though, Blackpool, 5th place. They were absolutely nowhere and they've just ground out a few wins, few draws, and they've got themselves into the playoffs. Oxford are in 7th and they're not far off. I think they've got 62 points. I'll quickly go and have a look. Oxford are in 7th standards. I'll just quickly tell you the table. Oxford are in 7th. They've played 41 games, but they've got 62 points. And then Charlton on 62 points with 39 games. They could even get the playoffs. So from really, for me, Jesus Christ, it's there's quite a few teams in with a chance to get the playoffs. Like you've got from Portsmouth 65, then you've got 62 points, 60 points, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55. So it's like teams are not a million miles away from that spot, you know what I mean? Crazy. Right, I gone back onto the chat, say what people are cracking on about. Lazy Lobblers magnet fishing 2-1 to us. I'm open. I hope you're right, mate. Michael Cooper 1-1 for me. We're not creating a lot. That taxes back to Maguire. Why is he not in the team? Why is that man not in the team? I said it earlier. If you've just joined the chat, I've said it earlier. I said with Phil Park, if Lee Johnson, he's been playing 3 centre backs in games, right? Chopping and changing, mixing things up when he didn't really need to. When we were winning and getting draws and winning games, he's mixing it up, right? Then he went to the same lineup what all Sunderland supporters were criticising Phil Parkinson for, the wing backs with the 3 centre halves. Then he's also ostracised Maguire when Phil Parkinson done the same thing for McGeady, and then everything went south. We just dropped away, and I think we finished 8th or something before COVID struck, or was it 11th? Fuck knows. But we dropped away in anyway, and I just I didn't understand why he's digging the 3 centre halves, and he's ostracising a player. I didn't know. I'm not 100% on this, but it's really puzzling us now. Like the way he's gone on, his team selection. I'm starting to question a few things about him, but I'll say what you think. So I'd like to find out your opinions as well. Matthew says, hi, Peterborough fan. Blackpool are one of the best teams we have played. Would see it turn into Blackpool. What was the score when Years played them? Matthew? And was Elliot... Well, I'm zooming in on the camera there when I read the chat out. Was Elliot Embleton playing that day? Somebody also says, Sandon is the Sanderson news true? More than likely it is true. Roker Report wouldn't tweet about it, and this lad who tells us all information on Twitter, I'm assuming it's a lad, he has got every bit of information right, and he's been telling us that for the past couple of weeks has been right. I'm not going to say he's a source because I wouldn't dare, you know what I mean? I'm just a daft YouTuber, but apparently everything he's telling us has come true. He told me that the lineup for the last 4 games in a row he's got it absolutely bang on, and he also said Hume would be starting and Jones would be starting in the last game, and he also messaged us about Sanderson, and he says Sanderson is injured and he's been carrying an injury for the past couple of games, and he's been bang on about that. So it's devastating, really, isn't it? 4-1, I think. But he's won 4-1. Michael Cooper says, exactly, mate. Maguire scored a rocket in the unders and he's getting assists. Yeah, you're right, mate. In the last game he got an assist for the under 23s, and the game before that he scored an absolute belter. And look what he done against Crewe. He scored an absolute belter. Can you remember? Do you know what? There's a reason why the Sunderland supporters, I'm not one of them, but you know, like the younger Sunderland supporters were calling him King Maguire. There was a reason for that, and it's just ability on the ball. Like he can just, when a player's coming down one way, he can just swivel on a dime, go the other way, and get his shot away. He can have an absolute terrible 89 minutes and then score on the 90th, an absolute peach of a goal. So I just cannot understand why somebody with his technical ability, his skill on the ball, his eye for a pass, why you would put him in the under 23s. It's as if he's caught him with his wife or something. Fucker. We lost 4-1 and 2-1 to them. All right. Nigel S says, I think Blackpool beat them 4-1. Embleton did play. Mate, I was talking to a man on here and he was saying Embleton's been immense for them, Nigel. He says he's been a key part of them getting into the automatics. What the fuck am I talking about? Into the top 6, sorry. Let's get back on here. Norman says, how about 09 at centre forward? Nah, mate, that wouldn't work. We've got Ross Stewart for that, mate. He's a big tank. Ross Stewart alongside Charlie White. That could be 4-4-2. Could try that. Jordan Jones on one side, McGeady on the other, and leave them on them sides. Didn't let McGeady get in a free roam. You could try that. You know what I mean? It might be a little bit better. Whoa. Turbulence. I was quickly going up on here. Great respect for you, Sunderland fans. Love the passion. Oh, that's just disappeared. See, the chat guns up. Get quick on here. Love the passion. Kim Andrews says, great respect for you and Sunderland fans and the passion you have for football. Do you know what? I need to bring this telly forward, but the keypads in the air, the key fucking things in the way. I'll read it again. Great respect for you, Sunderland fans, for the passion you have for football and your club. I'm 67-year-old posh fan. Sorry, Portsmouth, I said. Shit, I've missed it. Whose first match was 1960 versus Crystal Palace. What division was that? Because there wasn't a Premier League then. It was like Division 1 was the Premier League, wasn't it? So I wonder what league you were in then when you played them. When you played Crystal Palace in 1960. Thanks for watching it anyway, me live. Much appreciated. See how the lives reach more people. It's crazy like. SCFC for Life says, we need to bring Maguire in and the scout off. How are the lads to want to Sunderland? Do you know how happy that would make me? It's not just me. Do you know what? Scowen was playing shite. I wanted him out the team. Then he had a couple of good games and I was like, oh, well, do you know what? I do see what he does off the ball. So that might be helping the team around Scowen. But we need more than that for this automatic. If we want to try and even think about the automatics, we need more than just a player who works well off the ball, who can nip loose balls and pick up loose balls and lay them off. That's about it. He cannot shoot. He cannot. Just sometimes his passing's right off. So we need somebody who can pass, shoot, score goals from the midfield. And one man springs to mind when I say that. Chris Maguire. Simple as that. He can look lazy. Somebody even said to us, he's too fat. And I felt like saying, well, I did say, I says, no, the Chris Maguire of last season was fat. And he was unreal for us. They used to call him King Maguire. Some did. The Chris Maguire, now he's lost loads of weight. He's trimmed down. That didn't wish with me, like that he's too fat. No chance. Right, I'll go back on the chat. Kim Andrews, Division 4, first division in the league. Keisha Cameron Joe says, oh yeah, exactly, Tom. What's Tom says? I'll go back to Tom. Tom said, Acacia possibly or could be if he plays so many games. Oh shit. Will trigger a new contract. I don't know. You must be having a chat about yourselves. I've missed it. Tiger says, hi Jazzy, how are you? Alright mate, sound. Come back down there. Jack Gilmore, he always comments on my videos, says, alright mate, sound. Quickly going back up. I didn't want to miss anyone because these could be like first time people watching, so I'll go back up and it's Owen Rundle. I've never heard of him before. Sorry mate. As a whole fan, don't think. I say it's mad these lives. Everyone reaches more people. I'll quickly read your comment out instead of talking. Sorry mate, as a whole fan, I don't think you will get promoted, but I love the passion that your club has. Good luck for next year, UTT. Do you know what? I think Hull will go up. I think Peterborough will go up automatically, and then it's a playoff. Anyone can win the playoffs. You know what I mean? Lincoln could go up. We could. It's one of them that you have to be on your game. Pider, I think that's right. I pronounced it wrong. Sorry. The air has gone out of the balloon. 1-1. It's a good way to pronounce it. Right, to analyse that, really, isn't it? The air's gone out of the balloon. He could be right. That's how we got beat off Wigan and we've got beat off Charlton. Kish Cam Joe says, it's about Chris Maguire. Alright, sorry. Nigel says, back four I would play. If Sanderson's not injured, he plays Sanderson. Hume, 09, right. McLaughlin. Did McLaughlin got injured in the last game, mate, before the game started, didn't he? That's why Wright come in. So I think, correct us if I'm wrong, anyone, I think McLaughlin might be injured as well. Or Power. Midfielder, McGeady, Winchester, Ledbetter, Jones. Up front, he's gone for Wyke and O'Brien. O'Brien done well when he was coming in. A lot of people didn't understand the gameplay he brings to the team. His hold-up play is better than Wyke's, in my opinion. His donkey work, I keep saying donkey work when I describe him, I should try something else. And anyway, he runs down the channel. He's movement in the little pocket as well. It pulls defenders side to side. He drifts in and out, and he gets in behind as well. So a lot of his work is moving the defence around for Charlie White to get into space. So it could be a good idea. I like Ross Stewart though. I really do. I like his height, his presence. His first touch, he just headed it over when he come on against Wigan. I'd like to give a shout out to Ant Smith Wells. I'm sure you're the one who's got that YouTube channel. Comment and tell us if you have, and I'll give you a proper shout out. He says, we could win the playoffs, but I really think Hull are going to slip up in a few more times in the remaining couple of games. Peterborough, and if they go up, if they will, perform like Wigan have. Wickham, sorry. Anth, have you got that YouTube channel or not? Well, gone back up. Owen Rundle, I'm a new follower, mate. There you go. Nice one, Owen. I'm going to do these lives more often, like it reaches people from all over. And I like to give everybody shout outs. Well, yes, buddy, right. Everybody who's watching this, right, can you go and click on YouTube after this, and click on Ant Smith Wells. He does some good videos. He spends a lot of time on editing. Go and check him out. He's a Sunderland supporter as well. Katie replayed absolutely shocking against Wigan. Let's see what Katie says. Katie Pearl football could struggle. Blackpool much better team than us, Wigan. So she's Wigan. I think we'll struggle, to be honest, but every game's different, isn't it? One of their key players for them in Elliot Embleton's not playing. That could be monstrous for us. I'll go back a bit more, just in case I missed anyone. I don't like to miss people. No, that's it. I've caught up. Aye, so after the game, after this live, go and check out there he's there, Ant Smith Wells. That'd be much appreciated. Kieran has just come onto the chat. He says, also make sure you watch your videos as soon as the notification comes through. Massive fan of the channel. All my mates from school started watching you now. Oh, Nekic. What school are you got, eh? And how old are you? You might get in the same school as me boy. And he thinks Sunderland is going to win 2-1. I hope you're right, pal. I hope you're right. Katie Powell football says you never know, anything can happen in this league. Do you know what? I think it's all down to the fans not being in the stadium. I really do. No pressure. There's no such thing as a home game anymore because there's no fans. So that the COVID's got all to do with that. Next season, if we are in League One next season, we're going to win the league. There you go. I've said it now. It's a little bit of fucking. You know, that's what I predict. I think we'll smash the league. You've got to understand, I'd still leave Lee Johnson in charge even if we didn't get up, because he hasn't had time to buy some good players who he thinks is, you know, starting 11 material. Ross Stewart was injured. The wage cap was still in place, so he couldn't go mad. The EFL fucked us and they wouldn't announce Dreyfus, and they kept holding it off. So the EFL done us like a good one, really, didn't they? And with all them restrictions took off, I think we'll absolutely smash this league next season. No disrespect to anybody else who's watching who's supports a different team. I just believe we'll be far too strong. Like I say, Dreyfus wants success, and he doesn't want money. He's got it. He's got all the money. He doesn't want money. He wants success, and I just believe we'll fly up the league. And I think we'll win it. I think we'll win it comfortably, to be honest. Right, like I'm back on the chat because there's been a few drop in. Where was that? That's that. Ashington High School. Oh no, mate, it's not. I thought it would be from like closer to home. It's Newcastle, but I have a whole Sunderland supporting family. I say, once you've got your mum or dad or something, some supporting, especially your dad, supporting Sunderland, that's it, the band supports Sunderland, and that's what my boys like. I drag him to all the games. He went to the Wembley games as well, where we lost the, what was it called? Checker Trade Trophy. We lost that against Portsmouth. Also, Owen says, if you get beat on Saturday versus Blackpool, we can get promoted from it when we beat you on Tuesday. No way, is that right? Fucking hell, I didn't realise that. So if we lose on Saturday and then Hull beat us on Tuesday, that's years getting from automatics. Is that, it'll obviously not be years winning the title, it'll be years finishing in the automatic places. So it'll be like a P next to your name. Fuck's sake, that's crazy, that, when you look at it like that. It really is the business end. We really are coming to the end of the season, you know what I mean? And it's games are coming thick and fast like they always dig in League One, but that's crazy, that. Not Norman Wheatley says you ban the one you're on about, always on about. What about him though? Like, he's a Sunderland supporter, mate. He loves Sunderland through and through. Gone to away games with us, home games, cup games. He's there. He's not as like enthusiastic as I am. You've got to understand though, my kid, since he's been alive, Sunderland have been diabolical, like really diabolical. You just think, what happened to him? That year in the Championship, it just ripped the living shit out of him, if you know what I mean. Like, he's Sunderland supporter, he wants to come to the match, listen to all the fans singing and happy and that, and it was very rarely like that in the Championship that year, where we just got obliterated, dropped out the Premier League. That happened, and then we're in League One and we kind of get out of it at the minute. It's just the realness, that's just me being pure real. We kind of get out of it. And so sometimes when I'm like, oh, son, we got in the match, he's like, nah, I'm going out with me mates. Why, when we're going to get beat? You know what I mean? That was like previous. Now he comes all the time. He watches the match all the time. How's it been, 40 games? I know it's flew by. Matthew says, us Peterborough will go 8 points clear on Friday if they beat Northampton. Fuck. See, it's like that. For Sunderland now, it's like that uphill task. We've only got ourselves to blame. At one point, it was in our hands. If we won our games in hand, we were laughing. Now it's like that. We went up and boom, we fell off the cliff. Taffy Mackham says, hey up lad, alright mate. Much appreciate you dropping in, saying hello. Casey Cameron Jude says, if you are, I'll get the lads to give you a shout out. Didn't worry about him. Didn't worry about it, Casey. If you didn't have to. I know you like to help your son and YouTubers out, and it's much appreciated. But just let them do their thing. They might not do it. They might think I've sent you. You know what I mean? But in any way, Ant says never do it easy way. Mate, we didn't do it the easy way. We didn't even do it the hard way. We didn't do it. Never mind any of them. We didn't do it at all. We just get to a point and going, fuck it. We've done enough. That's it. And then that happens. Nigel says Hull need 10 points to guarantee promotion. Peterborough need 13. Is the live stream alright? Is the picture alright? Because I'm watching it. I've got ears on here, but I've got the monitor up there as well, and I'm watching it. It looks a bit blurry and pixelated. But I'll just jump back on here. Taffy Mackham says, stop the news. Just saw the news about Sanderson gutted as preferably the most mobile defender. How do I pause it? Oh shit, my full screen's moving. Right, I'll just move it back. What do you think of the overall best rivalry in England is, GILESY? Me, Sunderland Newcastle, I'm going to say that. But if I take that out, take that apart, move it, like, apart from Sunderland Newcastle, obviously, I'd say Celtic Rangers. It has to be, doesn't it? The Old Firm. These are the games I'd love to go into in life. I want to go into a Liverpool game, but my mate went. Do you know what? My really good mate went to Liverpool versus Barcelona when Liverpool won 4-0, and he says that any Sunderland game, any game he's ever been to in his life, that was the best game he's ever been to in his whole entire life. Literally just for the atmosphere that the Liverpool supporters created. And do you know what? In the Premier League, I always keep an eye for Liverpool, simply because of the amount of ex-Sunderland players who went to Liverpool, and obviously the boy Jordan Henderson, he's there. You know what I mean? You've got to keep, as Sunderland supporters, you've got to have a little eye on Liverpool, because Hendo's there, simple as that, and he's Sunderland through and through. I know I like to say Pickford do well, because you know Pickford, he was like one of the lads here, man. He's been to the Monkey and that before, where I used to go. You know what I mean? He loves to get the rave on. He reminds us of me. Obviously a little bit of a younger me. Quickly back on the chat. Jake Wilkinson says, "Wow, we're back up." Yeah, it's fine, mate. I didn't know who he's talking about there. But he also says the Old Firm. Aye, definitely, man. Brutal that. Goodison Park is absolutely amazing. I've been there before. The Bradley Larry charity match. Oh, did you go in there? I never went. Aye, I'd love to go. Goodison Park. Not, but did I see Liverpool? No, I know Goodison Park's obviously Everton, but I think I might have said Liverpool. Thinking about Jordan Henderson and that. 100% Sunderland, Newcastle, easy. I said in England, Celtic Rangers is Scottish mate. Oh, you said in England. Oh, somebody else said it. No, not just you. Who said it? Well, I think it's somebody called Tiger or someone like that said it. Yeah, most Sunderland fans I know have a soft spot for Liverpool in the heart. That's me as well. You've got the Mignolet. The list just goes on. Any amount of Sunderland players went there. They took the lot. Sunderland for Life said, when is the Blackpool match made? It's Saturday 12:30 kickoff. You're obviously on about this one. We'll play them twice. I'll tell you when the next one is. I've got flash goals up here. I'll quickly get on and let you know. But if Ant says in England, so in England, other than us, probably the Merseyside derby, Liverpool, Everton, maybe. See, I should really start researching, instead of just the Premier League in League One, like League Two, in the Championship, you've got some good derbies in there. So, you know what I mean? It's not just about how much hell on they have, it's the atmosphere they create as well. Blackpool, where we'll fixtures, we'll play them off 12, like I said, on Saturday. Then we'll play them when I can find them. I don't know. There. The 27th of the 4th. January, February, March, April. That cannot be right. Yeah, it is. So we'll play them the 27th of April at home. And then that's it. We've got to win for me, 100%. Quickly going back to the chat and I want to wrap it up because I've been on for nearly an hour. Snake Aids 69 says hi. Alright, Snake Aids. That's mad. You get some mad YouTube names, didn't you? You do. I bet you some people think, I just make a daft name up and then they forget about it in the comment. I think I've had some rad names in the past. Wait, we're going back on the chat. Manuel de la Torre says hello. Oh, stop. Hello, best from Mexico. Hi, Mexico. You know what? This is really funny. In the car today when I was picking my partner up, picking my son up with my partner, she says, I'm booking a holiday next year for Mexico. I says, you're not. I'm not going to Mexico. But then she showed us all the pictures and it looked amazing. I like Spain. I love Spain. I got the Club Mac or Benoe. He says, best from Mexico. Great chat. Is it true that some Sunderland players are playing bad on purpose? Because if Sunderland are promoted, they will have a place in the squad in the AFL Championship. That is what a few people have said. I hope to God it's not right, but a lot of people have said that, so you didn't know. Are they playing poor on purpose so they can keep the big money in League One because they'll not get played in the Championship? I hope that's wrong because it's disgusting if it is, but you never know. Kish Cameron Jude says, as we play them at home. Merseyside, Manchester, Bristol, Sheffield. Aye, Bristol. The Sheffield Derby, Nottingham. There's loads, mate. There's absolute loads. London clubs are right. Tottenham Arsenal was a good one back in the day, but that's changed. West Ham, Chelsea, stuff like that. See, they're all that close. They can all call each other derbies, where it should really be just be one team versus another. You know what I mean? Lawrence Edwards says, it's going to be a great game on Saturday. I hope the mighty Pool get the win of Blackpool FC. Do you know what? Good luck to yous, but I hope we beat yous twice, but I do hope. Do you know what? I hope we beat yous twice and then we'll get you, we as Sunderland get you in the playoffs, because then we'll have the psychological advantage. You'll not have Elliot Embleton in your team and we'll probably win. But do you know what? I like Blackpool. I like Blackpool as a city. I've been there on the piss a few times down Blackpool. I was supposed to go on the Pepsi Max. You know, they might have changed its name now. The roller coaster and that. But I went in the Manchester bar and obviously I had a few drinks and I sacked it off and we just went on the piss. But it's a good place, Blackpool. Right. Liverpool Man U is very underrated in my opinion. It is very underrated. They hate each other. They absolutely hate each other. 3-1 Sunderland. How are the lads? 2 rights. Thomas Wallen says, derby matches outside the Premier League, Hilton Castle versus Red House. Hey, you're not far from where I am. I'm on, do you know, you're not Red House. The new houses on top of Bunny Hill, I live in them. I'm literally about, here's the dog, oh, hey, sassy. Oh, well then. The dog's sneaked up upstairs. Oh, well. Oh, she's running away. She thinks she's playing. Look at me hair. I need my haircut. I've just looked at it on the screen. I was supposed to get my haircut, but I went on the sunbeds and burnt myself. So I've got to chill out a bit. How many of the current squad do you think would handle the championship? McGeady, right? Charlie White might get a few less goals than he has this season, but I still think he could dig a job. Jordan Jones could. Grant Levitt obviously probably could, but like as a part-timer, if you know what I mean. Not so many games, but he still could because we got him from Middlesbrough. Scowen need chance, Winchester need chance. Hume, I don't know about Hume with his injury. 09 probably, but not at centre back. Bailey Wright, I think Bailey Wright could fully fit, up to scratch. Max Power, I didn't think so. Do you know what? Depends where he gets played. At right back, maybe in the middle. I prefer him at right back than in the middle. But I don't know. It's one of them on Max Power. Trying to think the bench. I'll quickly go on flash scores and let you know. I was supposed to come off there, but you know what I mean. People's commenting. I've got to let you know. I'll go on Sunderland, standing, and I'll quickly get in there. I'll have a look on the bench. But there's not that many. There's not that many who would make it in the championship. There's like a handful. I know I didn't really want to do this because I didn't like to put a downer on other players, but like imagine if they're just watching it by accident and say, they say this and they say and you shite. The youth, I'll keep all the youth. I really would. You've got to keep your youth. Tom Flanagan, nah. Denver Hume, maybe. McLaughlin, I think McLaughlin could. I like McLaughlin. Sanderson, obviously he could. Vokins, no. Jordan Willis, yes. Carl Winchester, no. Bailey Wright, yes. Oliver Younger, I'd keep him as a youth player. Probably send him out on loan, get a bit of experience, then bring him in. I know we're in Division League 1 and we should be playing our youth now, because that's what you do when you're in the Premier League. You send your youth out. So, you know what I mean? It's one of them. Gooch, I think Gooch can, because he's played in the Premier League, played in the Championship, so obviously he can. Jordan Jones, yes. Grant Liberty, yes. Callum Fadine, definitely not. Probably in League 2. McGeady, yes. Dan Neil, I'd keep him. 09, yes. Max Power, 50-50. Josh Scowen, no. Jack Diamond, yes. Yes, I will say he could do a job in there. Chris Maguire, do you know what? I would give him a chance. I'd say aye. O'Brien, yeah. Do you know what? He come from Millwall, so aye. And he scored a kind of few goals for Millwall as well, so I would say aye. Ross Stewart, but I haven't seen enough of Ross Stewart, but what we have seen I've liked, so I'd give him a chance. Charlie White, aye. And Lee Johnson, yes, I think he could do it as well. So I'll quickly go back on the chat, see what people see if anyone's took the piss out of us about saying that. Manu, Leeds is a good one. How many of the current squad? I've answered that one. Are we going up? I'm going to see yes, we are going up and we're going to win the playoffs, mate. I'm going to put my neck on the line now and just see how we're going to. Lee Hall says he lived over the road from there all his life. Bayswater Avenue, just over the road from Bunny Hill, mate. Or is that Hilton Castle End? Tom Wallace says, last time I watched Red House play though was against the Willow Pond. I used to live near there as well, mate. Live with the Willow Pond when Julio Arca was playing. I'm basically born and bred in Hendon, East End, all my life. Then my mom moved, I think we moved to Millfield. High Barnes I've lived in at a point. I've lived in Pennywell. And I've lived in Pallion. And I've also lived in Witherwack, and now I'm on the top. Well, I've just told you on the new Kips on Bunny Hill. Townend Farm, he said. Townend. Jack Gilmore says, do you think the team, I think he's meant to say, has run out slightly? The steam has run out slightly because Lee Johnson has changed his squad around too many times, formations, and the players being changed around too much, even if they have played well. I totally agree with that. 100,000,000%. It's why change something? Why fix something what's not broke? He went on to change the formation. He players who score class goals, drop them. Next one in. I just didn't understand him, mate. He's got to take a little bit of responsibility for that. He's done wonders for Sunderland. You remember us under Phil Parkinson where we were all depressed as hell. He turned it around. He's got us into the playoffs. He got us so close within touch and distance of the automatics. It looks like it's going to be the playoffs. I just hope we can dig it. I really can. Then he can get apparently the 60 million when we're gone up. Should never have got mentioned that. It should never have got mentioned. Last 2 games we've made 4 subs, but that's another thing. You've just brought us onto that. I mentioned it. When he makes 4 substitutes, it's stupid. Absolutely, in my opinion, it's stupid. I know my opinion's now compared to his. He knows what he's doing, but it just totally upsets the balance. You've got to understand, when you've got a team, you'll make like for like. Or if you're chasing the game, you might go 4-4-2. But when you're bringing 4 substitutes on, it just upsets the balance far too much. And then we just chase the game. It reeks of desperation, and that's what happened. And we couldn't get the equaliser. O'Brien being dropped after Bristol game performance, for example. Totally right. He got the winner, mate. Aye. Crazy. That just knocks his confidence. He's thinking, yes, I've got the win for the lads. I've scored a good goal. Boom, you're not playing the next game. You're joking. I'm not playing after I've scored. Fuck you. You know what I mean? His confidence, that's what Alan said. His confidence had dropped. Graham Ritchie, we used to drink in the Hendon Grange before the match. Ah, did ya? That's along next to the beach, isn't it? Jack Gilmore, don't worry about it. I'm not Lee Johnson out. If we don't go up, I still love him. 4 subs is a no-no at once. Yes, that's from Telly. I'm still Lee Johnson in. Even if we didn't have gone up, he hasn't had money to spend. He said you've got to give him that. He hasn't had note to spend. He's just had to bring a couple of loans in because the EFL shafting us with a wage cap, and then they wouldn't announce draft for us till right near the end. They bent us out of a barrel, really, didn't they? As you say. Thean FCFC says, I'm back, mate. Sorry, I disappeared. I had a takeaway. It's alright, mate. Don't worry about it. I'm just wrapping up soon, and anyway, just reading a couple of comments out. But this is a must-win. Fannying about with the formation, the fucking 3. Sorry about swearing too much if you didn't like swearing. The 3 fucking centre backs just gone with a flat back 4, 3 in midfield, 3 up front. Nina the 2-2, because that done our aids in as well. Leave McGeady on the left, leave Jones on the right. No free roam for McGeady because he couldn't whip the ball in. The only time he drifted right onto the right hand side, then he whipped the ball in. Do you know what I mean? So leave it like that. I would bring a bit of a wise head in Grant Ledbetter into the middle, just so he can just calm the game down. Everybody does say he slows it down, but that's what his game is. He slows the game down and he'll dictate the game. Instead of it all, Scowen's a bit too far forward. Same with Winchester, and they can't really dictate the game there from where they play. They're under a bit more pressure with it being further up the pitch, and then they're losing possession. Grant Ledbetter sits more or less on the back line, especially when we're attacking, and then he can dictate from there. So for me, Ledbetter's got to come into the team. And Maguire. Most Sunderland supporters will be screaming out for what's happening with Maguire. Maguire's got to come in for Scowen. And we've just got to win, basically. We've got to win every game till the end of the season. And hopefully Hull can slip up once or twice. Thean's just come on and said, yeah, I need to be 4-3-3, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 4-2-3-1 or a 3-4-3 because he keeps changing it all the time. You're right, mate, he does. Cool Pep says, looks like it's gone, but we say we get top 2. I still say we get top 2. I love your optimism, mate. I think we'll win the playoffs. Thean also says, alright, Acacia, Telly, Ledbetter hasn't got his legs, man, Giles. He hasn't got the legs, but he doesn't need legs. He doesn't need legs, man. He stands on his hands and nuts the ball. Now, man, he hasn't got the pace anymore. We know that, but he doesn't need that much pace. To be honest, he never really had pace to start with. He just dictates the play. He picks out the right pass instead of just hoofing it. Or like Scowen, can it pass? Do you know what I mean? I like Winchester. I rate Winchester. He's alright. But he's not as good as Ledbetter. That's just my opinion. He's a younger version. He needs that the wiser head on his shoulders, a bit like what Ledbetter's got. Acacia says, I'm good. Thank you, Thean. Sean Robson's just joined the chat. He says, top 2 are gone. Unfortunately, I agree with you. Doesn't have the legs, lol. I love the way you have more views and likes than Fans React. Fans React's alright, man. So is SCFC Fan TV. I love them all. And they have been going ages. I think I've been going the same time as them. I've been going just under a year. Great lives, mate. Cheers. Thanks, Tom. Keep the red flag flying. I cannot wait to get in the stadium and squall that at the top of my voice. I'm going to, you know. MJ Kipper says, I like 4-4-2, but I don't think they have the strength in the midfield for that. They probably haven't, Mike. You probably have to put Max Power alongside, say, Winchester, because them two look like big lads, you know. But then again, it's 2 holding midfielders. I don't know, 4-3-3 and play one of the 3 is like a Cam, and then like 2 holding. Do you know what I mean? Like play Maguire just behind the striker, and then say Ledbetter and Winchester. You know what I mean? But Ledbetter just drops in game. Ledbetter will drop that little bit deeper, and then let Winchester. I don't know. I just do what the fuck he likes. I don't care as long as we win. I'm joking. Jack Gilmore. If we win Saturday and then Peterborough lose to Northampton on Friday, what? I'll maintain hope. Oh, sorry, I didn't read the rest. He'll maintain hope. Oh, I'm not getting myself excited. I'm not even going to think about that. I'm not even going to, but I know where you're coming from. Cool Pep says SCFC to get promoted. GILESY is going to Mexico. Well, Lass is going to Mexico. I'm fucking not. Fuck that shit. I'm going to Benoe. That's no, Club Mac's the one. I swear, if you've never been to Club Mac, get yourselves there. Especially if you like a family orientated holiday. I can with me and my mate's family and my mate's like there's about 12 of us going. It's class. The entertainment's mint. All your drinks free all day and night, and it's kind of cheap. I think it was 2,400 for me, our lass and the band. But the band I think I have to pay more now. No, I didn't actually. It's only 13. Sean Robinson says defensively bad last game. Mate, the worst. Sanderson was carrying an injury, and that does. At first, I was like, Jesus, Sanderson's had a really bad game, like the worst in a Sunderland shirt. But then you find out he's injured, and he's been carrying an injury, so that can excuse that. You know what I mean? Graham Ritchie says, my thoughts were we won't reach the playoffs final. Sorry to be negative, but it's how I feel. Mate, I didn't blame you for failing that. Sunderland team, they've done it for years. Literally years. They just smash our hopes into a million bits, and they might have done it again. You never know. But I'm going to put it down on paper that we'll smash this league next season if we're still in this league. Robbie is a Posh fan. Posh fan here. When Blackpool battered us, Emberton was class, solid player. That's what I've just been saying, mate. Emberton has been absolute instrumental for Blackpool. So with him being out the team, they might not be as strong as what they are with him in the team, obviously. But I didn't know. Can you come to Vancouver Island, Canada? Do you know what I've said for a few years? I love if we went on a skiing holiday instead of being burnt to a crisp every time we're going away. Thean says defence has been bad for a while. It's only the past few games where we have been found out. True. But do you know what though? The defence, Lee Burge has got the most. I don't know if he still has. I haven't really checked, but I'm sure Lee Burge has still got the most clean sheets in the league as well. As the defence have to take some credit in that, because the majority of the games Lee Burge wasn't even getting tested. The defence wouldn't let anyone through. So it's only like you see in recent games that we have been defensively poor and we are getting found out. Probably while they're chopping and changing, carry on what he's doing, changing the formation and changing players. Luke O'Neill played 3 positions last game. I'm sure he did. I seen him at right back, centre back, and I'm sure I seen him for about 10 minutes playing at left back. I'm more than 90% sure. I might go back and watch the game because they've got it on scfc.com. But I'm sure he did. Right, everyone. I've been absolutely out of the moon that you've joined us. I might do more match previews like this. But please, hit the subscribe button. Tell all your pals. And also hit the thumbs up with it. I'll just check the thumbs up while I gone off this, right? I'll just check it. See if you've all been thumbs up on it. And tell us if you like the thumbnail as well. I've changed the thumbnail. 31, no wait, 33, you can do better than that. Get it up there. Hit the thumbs up. Right, I'll quickly go back on the last call. Oh, no. Before I go, my channel members are getting a massive shout out because I've said I'd give them a shout out at least once a week if I remember. But a shout out to Micheal Fish, Ken Nekic, Frank Mutimer and Benoe. The absolute legends and the support in this channel, and it means the absolute world. I'm going to have a green screen behind here and I cannot wait. I just cannot wait to get this channel flying, as they say. Telly says, cheers GILESY, thanks mate. Graham Ritchie says, like your channel, keep it going. Thanks very much, I much appreciate it. Absolutely Do you know what? A lot of YouTubers that you always hear them say, thank you, appreciate it. But the amount of Sunderland YouTubers what's out there, I'm just so grateful that people actually watch me as well, because it's only me by myself. You know what I mean? I haven't got a panel. I haven't got like all the good setups the way some have. Like Fans React, SCFC Fan TV, for example, they've got a really good setup. So with me by myself, and I'm still getting like, I know there's only 45 watching, but I didn't tell anybody. I think I put it on Instagram. I didn't put it on Twitter. So that's good for me. And I haven't put any tags in or out like that. So absolutely over the moon. I love you all the bits, and I appreciate it. Sean's come on and says, one of the best Sunderland YouTubers out there, mate. Love your content. Thanks, Sean. I'll fucking over the moon with that. Also, is this a new one? N Conroy, love the content. Cheers, Conroy, mate. But like I was saying, there's another new one, I think. Sam Thorburn. Hello. Alright, Sam, mate. Hey, there's another one. Come on, Richie as well. You're passionate. Do you know what? I'm going to start being more myself. Do you know when I do my match reviews? I always bite my tongue the way I want to like kick off on that, but I'm going to start being more myself. I am. I try to stop me slang because I'm from the East End and I'm really a pure 100% Macam the way I talk, you know what I mean? So sometimes I do change that. Alright, got me notification. I forgot to tell you, if you got on the bell, some people didn't know because they just didn't. Down on the bell, and if you press the bell, there's 3 options. Click allow all notifications, and anytime my videos come up, you get that little thing come on your phone, and you just go on and you see it straight away, you know what I mean? But like I was saying, I absolutely appreciate everybody that drops in, says hello, likes, shares, comments, tags. You can tag in the comments now. So for instance, if you want to tag, I'll tag somebody here, see if it works. You go at, and the person who I tag can subscribe to. There you go. You tag them like that, and you can tag all your mates. Joe the artist just dropped in. All right, mate. Bell done. Nice one. Oh, you must have been watching for a while. But if you can tag the person like that, and they get a notification. So if you're not any other not YouTubers, if you're not any other, if your pals, your mates, and they've got YouTube, find out the name, right? And next time I go live on the Blackpool game, just at them in the Blackpool game, and they'll be able to see me live. But see it, like at them and say, subscribe to them. I'll give you a click when I say yeah. If you didn't, never I'm joking. Right, here we're going. Hanny 95. What bell? Oh, somebody's got to explain to them about the bell. Where it says subscribe on my channel, I fucking show you, man. I can show you. Get this. Oh, I've just dropped it. Right, are you watching? Right, watch this. Are you ready?